Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a hot dog. Yes, I know it sounds terrible. It looks like a hot dog as well. It's a TOG II. Yes, it's the Tier 6 British Premium Heavy Tank. It's located on the south spawn of Lakeville, and this one is under the command of D-Tronics UK of REBRN. Well, you know what they say, TOG always wins. Well, not normally anyway. This tank was a design built really for the First World War battlefields, but too late for the First World War and too out of date for the Second World War, I'm afraid. It was a very slow tank, very slow design, but actually quite a good design for the First World War battlefields because it was long, it had a decent engine with decent traction, and it had a really good gun, the 17-pounder gun, which is a Second World War gun, but it's got decent penetration. As you can see here, it says 76.2mm, doing 150 alpha, penetrating 171mm of armor. Now, D-Tronics is taking it to the town, and that's a good idea because in Lakeville, the meta of going up the valley is really a complete waste of time, unless, of course, you've got an assault tank or you're playing Arty and you want to splat anyone who's in the valley. Well, he spotted someone, Hellcat. Now he's on that rise. He's popping up to take a shot. Oh, nice one! He actually managed to get a hit all the way over from the other side. Just going to stay here for a sec, see if he can get another one. Okay, I think that's enough for the moment. We've got a Valiant going up to get to that corner where where it's what would they call it? A chicane. Well, no, it's not really a chicane, but it's, you know, the bend in the road with a rock on one side. The elbow, I think you might call it the elbow. Anyway, TOG is a very slow tank. 14 kilometers an hour forwards, 7 backwards. Very, very slow indeed. But it's got a decent amount of hit points, 1720, which at tier 6 is very good. But then this tank does get hit a lot by Arty. It's got a very flat engine deck, which is very easy to hit with the tier 5, tier 6 Arty. And he is top tier in this game, which means he's going to get hit by, well, in fact, actually, the enemy team has got a tier 6 and a tier 5 Arty. And their tier 5 Arty, it's a Fifi. Yes, the 105 LEF-H 18B2, otherwise known as a Leffy to most tank players we know as Fifi La Pew Pew. Well, there's an enemy tank ahead. It's a KV-1S, and I think he's going to go with this Valiant and go up the middle road, because that's where the enemy force is coming around the corner. And his first target's a Panzer 4H. Now that's got the 75mm gun, not the 105mm derp. He's tracked the guy. He's now going to take him out with next shot. Oh, somebody else got there before he did, and well, he did take another round from the Valiant, from the Panzer Mark IV, but he's just going to go down to this corner and take out 3 Valiants if he can. He saw the KV-1S behind him, but I think he's going to take out these 3 guys now. Hello! We've come to deliver some shells to you. Will you stay still for a moment? You see, the 17-pounder has no trouble going through the Valiant's hull. Yeah, these guys are going to be out the game in a moment. Thank you very much for your contribution to my hit point total. And D-Tronics take that one down. Now, he's being splattered by the other one, but he hasn't lost a huge amount of damage. He has been tracked though. Another Valiant's turned up. Didn't get through the top armor. And just needs to angle on this corner, and then the shells will just hit the tracks. That's better. And here comes another Valiant. 2 more shots. Oh, he is still taking damage. Yep. Go for it again. 1 more shot on the near one. 2 shots on the far one. Oh, he got him with 1. But he's still being hit by the near one. Just poke his head around the corner. He blocked that shot, and he's down low on hit points now, so he's forcing the Valiant to come forward. But the moment he pokes his nose forward, that's what happens. Yep. Nicely done. And that was the last enemy. Oh my god. The battle was over very quickly. Those Valiants are quite good and very difficult to kill when they're together. Okay, first class tanker for D-Tronics in the TOG II. He managed to get a fire effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, both Valiants, as well as that Panzer Mark IV. Well, he didn't actually take down the Panzer Mark IV-H, no. But he also got a Hand of God for surviving the battle. Hammer received damage from 4 different enemies, a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 5 exactly, and he got a Spartan because he blocked 1 shot when he had less than 10% of his hit points left at the end of the game. And his win rate from the battle was 4,802 from that game, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's look at team score. He actually did the highest damage, but no high caliber on this occasion, 1,985 hit points of damage. Now that's probably because he actually did less than 20% of the enemy hit pool in total. At least that's potentially what it is. Sometimes you can miss out on the high caliber because you damage some teammate, but on this occasion he didn't damage any of his teammates in that game. The next high scorer was the Panzer IV, the 1,510 hit points of damage to him, and then the KV-1S on the enemy team with 1,314. When it came to kills, he had the highest number of those with 3, 2 kills to the Panzer IV, the Griller, the T1 Heavy and the M10 RBFM. He got a Pascucci's medal, and 2 kills to the Hellcat on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, he's got the top in all 3 columns. Yes, 1,082, the only player to get over 1,000 base, 906 for the Panzer IV and 833 for the T1 Heavy. Now I suspect that the reason it wasn't an ace tanker was mainly because the amount of the XP wasn't a little bit higher. I think if he'd actually hit more enemy tanks, he would have got an ace out of that one. But we can see that he managed to get 18 shots fired, 16 direct hits, 15 penetrations, damage of 1,985 hit points, all of it at close range. I think, no, 161 at long range. That was the shot on the Hellcat. 18 hits received, 12 penetrations, 4 non-penetrations. Most of those penetrations actually came from the Valiants. Yes, they were having no difficulty getting through the armour of the TOG, which is a bit surprising really, because even when he was angling, they were actually managing to get the shots through. And 440 hit points of damage blocked by armour. 5 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 killed, and 237 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium account, he earned 58,854 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away a profit of 51,309 credits. He received 1,623 XP, got ×2 for the first victory, 487 for bits being a premium vehicle, and 3,733 experience points altogether. Well, I suppose the best thing out of this battle was TOG always wins. Well, doesn't always, but because if there's an Arty involved, normally TOG loses, but it was a fun battle all the same. Him slugging it out with those Valiants, and they can be a pain if they're in a group together. So if you're in a Valiant, stick with the other Valiants, and then the enemy's going to have a lot of difficulty trying to take you down, because D-Tronics had a lot of problems with those Valiants penetrating him. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thanks for watching.